Hi, I'm Tom Cardy, and I'm here chatting with Milky about music and comedy and anything that they ask me.
If I say my relationship is with my ex-girlfriend or with my dad, then I actually mean that the relationship is simple. It is just bad. It's just bad.
Everyone in my family had to learn piano for like a year, and then we could drop it if we wanted. So my two sisters, we all learnt piano, and then we all dropped it. And then parents bought us a drum kit a few years later. We all learnt that. They dropped it. I kept going. No classical training, but boy, do I love that drum kit. The album is kind of weird because it's like I was just making songs for like a lot of fun for myself, and a lot of them started as like very short, like 30-second just silly ideas with some music behind it that I liked. And then when people seemed to like that, I was like, I wonder if I can make it longer. Then I made it a minute, then I made it a minute and a half, and then it was like 3 minutes. It was like, oh, guess what? This is an actual song, and enough songs together make an album. I don't have to explain how an album works, but it just shows that you can do whatever you want if it kind of fits the mold. The themes and stuff, some of them are just fun and silly, and the ideas that I was doing was just saying yes to an idea and seeing how long I could take it. Like one song is called Businessman, and it's literally just a stupid idea of someone who's pretending not to be a cop when they're obviously a cop, and they're saying that they're a business person. And then I just thought, how long can I push this without it getting boring? And I found that for 3 minutes I could make that sort of entertaining for myself and musically like developed. So there's silly things like that, and then there's other ones that I really like when things are like funny, but also like have a bittersweet or something a bit melancholic in it. So there's like a song that I actually wrote the music to and the melody to after I broke up with my ex, and I broke up, and it was this really sad, soppy like breakup melody and song. And then I put it away, I locked it away, as most musicians should do when they write a breakup song. And then I came back to it when I was in like fun mode, and I was like, oh, this is really nice. The words are horrendously like set, like just shit. It's like the sort of stuff that when you write when you're doing your poetry. And I was like, well, what's the feeling of it? And then I wrote a song about a robot that wanted to like feel all these different emotions because they didn't know what it was to feel human, and what is it like to feel the need to send a dick pic. That was like this thing that they couldn't figure out. And so it's the same. I like to find like an emotional experience, if there is one, and then make it something stupid but keep the emotions if possible. And music is a really good way of doing that, because when people hear a minor chord, they're like, oh, sad. I did improv for a long time, as long as I've been doing music, and that's just like, making up comedy and mucking around with your friends on the spot, actually doing shows of it. It's just like when you're playing music as well and you learn a few chords and stuff, then it's just the next thing is just to start singing some stupid stuff over the top. And so, it's like whatever comes to your mind. And it's really fun. Like, improv in music is a huge thing. Just like in jazz and any music. A lot of musicians like write their music just by playing the chords and then going, and then sort of improvising, finding their way through. No one like knows how a song's going to work first. So there's a level of improv to it. And so I really got into it from that. And usually your first idea is your best idea for some people. For me, definitely my first take is always like the one that I use even on like an album, which I make sure I turn the air conditioning off before I do like the demo takes all the time. That mucking around is just so fun, and like if you can free all like the judgment, which you can when you improvise, then you can just lay it all on the line and you just come up with some really good stuff, rewarding to yourself as well. I think it's really important I feel like I can get bogged down sometimes, especially if I'm trying to like write something or like make something that will be like shareable or something like that. If you start to think that way as like a comedian, or especially someone who's working with like on TikTok or Instagram, then you can feel like if something doesn't go well, or if something isn't that shareable, you let yourself down because that was your intention. But when you're really just making it for yourself and you're just having fun and you're like, whatever, this is my experience, then if it's just received by one person, if it's received by no people, well, but you've made it, you put your effort into it, then it's going to be rewarding for you and you're going to feel good after it. And if it goes well, which it will usually do more because you're being true to yourself and people can sense that trueness, then you're going to be so happy that people can like share that emotion with you and that feeling. So I just tried really hard to just do what I kind of thought was funny or entertaining or what satisfied me to go further. Like what's a fucking one of them is just a stupid song about I keep saying they're silly and stupid. What does this say about my own mentality? I'm really beating myself down. One's just a song about a kid that's like, don't touch my monster truck. And it's just like, and I wasn't like, yes, everyone knows shitty kids, shitty 5-year-olds. We all love to hate them. But I was like, this is just entertaining to me, and I won't get too deep in it and just see where it goes. And it is a bit relatable, so it works.
Another example.
Improvising is a lot of fun, but having one idea, like a vocal idea, even if it's just humming like, I don't want to go to your party today, like great, then bring that into the music makes it a lot easier to write the music around, I've found. Sometimes if I try and write the music first, it can be really fun and you can develop a lot of fun stuff, but hard then to fit in lyrics after, and that's what everyone is there for and connects with, I find. Lots of different ways. Sometimes it is like playing just one instrument and then you find a melody or something that's like an interesting rhythmic sort of thing and you go, oh, if I take this a bit further, what happens? If I leave some space, oh, that's interesting, that's room for 2 words. What words are we going to put up there? No bike. Oh, great, this song's going to be about how I don't have a bike and I got to walk everywhere. It's actually a sick idea. It's a really bad idea. Don't. But the most ideas I get usually is when I go for a walk and I put on like a playlist, usually like those Spotify suggested like new music playlists are great because it knows what you want, and I just listen to that stuff and all the different genres and these really well-made songs that I really love and connect with. I just sort of get ideas from that, especially if they're different genres, and I even already like have an idea for like a character or lyrics that I would put over there. And so basically I then go and then I steal that song, but then put it in a completely different way, but take like the energy or the vibe that it's made me feel. And then I do terrible things to it. I love synthesizers. That's one. It's one. It's not one, but it can make some pretty cool sounds. I don't know, I just love, this is retro and fun, like that song, You Spin Me Right Round, You Spin Me Round, then like that's just, that energy of just like this over the top like smouldering like big hair like dancey just makes me want to move, and it's just exciting and uplifting, and I really love that. And also I can do it here with all my little synthesizers, and I don't need a big dumb band that I can't control because they have free will of their own. I often am shouted at on the street by a song that I didn't put in the album, which is the first kind of little video that I put out, which is just me saying that I'm a cunt, where I just said those words over a Hall & Oates song. And so that's a fun thing that people like to shout at me on the street. But they say, you're a cunt, which is cool. But other than that, it's all a blur that keeps me up constantly at night. There's no specific part that gets me. It's all a curse. I put in the Have You Checked Your Butthole just because inevitably I can't get away from that song. It's not necessarily a mistake, but because it's done me very well. A lot of Americans like, but certainly my mother wishes I didn't make that one. But she probably likes it. I'm having a conversation with myself right now. Have You Checked Your Butthole? I really like Businessman, which I talked about before, just because that one is essentially a sketch that I put music over it, and it's like, well, guess what? It's a song now. You can't say it's not because there's music over it when it's just me having a conversation with myself 3 ways. 3-way, nice. And then the third one is going to have to be Mixed Messages, because there's some sweet-ass synth in there, and I'm not a good singer, but I feel like on that one, I found the range where my voice kind of sounds okay. And I like just this tiny little slither, and I was like, I'm going to milk that for all it's got. And so I'm like, I could trick someone into thinking that I can sing with that song. Probably, it's really, probably a, boy, I didn't freaking think about this. I'm now embarrassed by it because I don't know art. Vincent van Gogh's Blue Period. Yeah, just because of all the lovely stars on it, and there's a bunch of stars that I used in my album, specifically Julia Robertson, who is a beautiful singer who helps me sometimes. She's got an incredible voice, and all the videos that I use her for, people are always like, wow, this is incredible, Julie can actually sing. And it's like, yeah, I forget sometimes how lucky I am. And then also my friend Taras Ruby Piper, who played some also other vocals and taught me how to use music programs and everything, basically. He's like my big brother, but also I'm bigger than him, so I could physically dominate him, and I don't think he could say otherwise because he doesn't have a publication interviewing him. Oh, it's so fucking... so much. It can... If you're like a smaller artist and you're starting off and you just have some little songs, chuck them up there. Why not? If you have like... mine's literally like a portrait mode video. And it just kind of... The videos kind of got to the point pretty quick. So they were just like a little bit shareable. I don't want to do an ad for TikTok. It's pretty great that like Instagram or like YouTube or these other things, you have to have a fan base. So you do have to like do this work. You have to gig, or you have to like get a publicist, or you don't have to get a publicist, but you have to like you got to try hard in all these areas to kind of get people to start following you and find you. But you can get lucky and it is a lot of luck. But on TikTok, it serves your stuff, your content out to people immediately without you having to do anything, which is kind of like free publicity in a way, if you can pick up on it. My favourite stuff to create is probably... I really like doing the longer songs because it's more work and it's nice to see out like these full ideas that come from just like a small idea, and often a sort of silly idea that I didn't expect would actually be able to hold its own for a little while. But at the same time also there's something really nice about going, okay, I got 20 seconds. It's going to be 20 seconds. I can spend heaps of time on it to make it sound really good and like get the perfect takes and stuff. To make like a verse and a chorus, say, of a song. Those are really cool because there's all the pressure of being like, I have to make a full song, and what about the bridge, and I'm going to make it like develop and stuff. It's like, nah, just make it really hooky and really tight and really cool. And then later, here's the best thing, you can make that into a long thing if people like it, which is this cheap way of going through and like just being like, I'm not going to commit to a whole song until I know people like it. It's bullshit. It's not fair. There's some that I kind of assume people will sort of get on board because it is a little bit more like sharey or like topical or something like that. Probably Businessman, to be honest. I know I'm talking a lot about that one, but that was really just a stupid idea, and it just went bonkers on Reddit. I think it was like one of the first ones, and YouTube, and I was like, oh shit, this is just a minute. Yeah, it's just me talking shit with a video, and something that I really didn't think was like a relevant, shareable, like meme sort of thing, but it just turned out that it was, which gave me far too much misplaced confidence. Yeah, I certainly do feel a little bit more pressure, especially since a few of the songs got in the hottest 100, and there were just a few just a few sort of things around. And I realized recently, even like right now, I said to you guys before, I'm supposed to be like working on like a live show and like doing this other song. And I'm like, okay, long song, go after the album. But my friend just messaged me and said, hey, it's Valentine's Day. Can you make a shout out to my girlfriend's housemate? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to spend the next like 3 hours making like a song for her, just for fun, just that she will see. And I just realized, literally just then, I was like, fuck, it's so much more fun to make stuff that is just like, there's no pressure, there's no like, you don't have to do anything, and it's all really a mind game, isn't it? Because I don't really care what happens, but I got this like thing going on in my head that's like, oh yeah, there's like people watching you. It's like, nah, people watch you if you want them to, but also no one cares. You got to do whatever you want, what makes you happy, which is making dumb videos for fun songs. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no, I can't say. I won't give any information away, but my live show will be rambunctious, pernicious, and slippery. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nah, it's not going to be fun. It's going to be, you're going to walk out of there looking like The Scream. Another artist that I thought of, I know a few. Not a dummy, not dumbass. Picasso, Botticelli, he did the Clam, Aphrodite and the Clam.
Another example, if he says, nice head, that means you got a bad head. If she says, I literally can't, she literally can, she's using hyperbole. G'day champion, I'd like to fight you. How are you, big fella? Do you want to get stabbed? Hello sunshine, g'day big wheel. Yeah, alright legend.
You're going to die.
Do it for exposure, we're not gonna pay you. It's not you, it's me, it is you. I don't really take much, yeah, it's gonna hurt me. Wanna see some improv? I'm a bit quirky.
Literally anything.
I have a pen, wink.
Oh, hang on. I'll show you something very fun. My friend Frankel bought me this. It's called a mouth harp. It's called something else as well, but I won't say it. I once said another word for... Oh, shut up, Tom. Hit my tooth 3 times there. This is an interview with Tom Cardy. Let's go. Wolfpack and King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Wolfpack and King Gizzard. Wolfpack, King Gizzard and the Wizard, they would be incredible, but they're too incredible. Someone who is as incredible, but I've spoken to before, is H.Y.C.Y.BH. There's a synth dude from Amsterdam who is just wonderful, a huge inspiration. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard does Am I in Your Mind Fuzz? Pernicious? No. Fun? Unnecessary? Not in a bad way, but still. And funky. Shrek 2. Yeah, not Shrek 1. That one's already got the goods. Hannah. Starlight by the Superman Lovers. Probably literally just the song Country Road. Take Me Home. It's what we used to do in the band. Whoever was in the music seat would pretend they were playing another song, and then we'd, between Melbourne and Sydney, literally just listen to that song for like 2 hours just to piss people off. Healthy band environment. Sebastian Bach, who was a member of Skid Row, was like an 80s glam metal band. He's like a really metal dude, and it was wild. I saw these people in front because it was like this mosh pit, and I was just like 15 or 16 or something. And there was this like dude with huge long hair, and he just had his like arms up like that to stop people in front. And I was like, oh, there's technique to stopping the metalheads from bashing you. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, because they're so good. A Jamiroquai album, can't remember which one, but he was wearing the funny hat on it. Oh, Spice Girl. Stinky Spice, because of all the stinky hot beats I'd provide. They don't shower. I really like Batucada and Bossa Nova. So Brazilian parade music. Billy Joel. Eilish, fuck. Do it for yourself and do what makes you happy, and don't try and be someone you're not. Probably when I would just sort of spend nights on like a computer program making just little songs that I had no intention were going to go anywhere, just for myself and fun, and just doing it literally just to make it and sort of finish it and see what could be done. I was like, yeah, if I can find a way to do this all the time, then that's the way.